Welcome back to this week's coffee break. Won't take up much of your time today. I just want to make a very simple point about students. In a national study in Europe, they found when they were taking the national standardized test, and don't hold me to this, I think it was Sweden, could have been Denmark, Europe. They were taking national standardized tests just like we do here in the United States, maybe taking a NAEP, or you might liken it to taking, Tea and Ready. They found that students who took the test in the morning statistically outscored the students who took the test in the afternoon. The scores were not hugely different, but they were statistically different. That students who took the national test in the morning fared better and had a better chance of progressing into a more prestigious university than those who took the test in the afternoon. Now, you might say, why is that? Well, there's a really simple reason for that. And Daniel Pink, in his book, When, points this out with a couple of graphs. I'm going to put them up on the screen here one at a time. And one is for larks. He divides people into three different types of people time-wise: larks, owls, and what he calls third birds. And larks and third birds are almost identical. So I have them encapsulated in this one chart. Let me put it up on the screen for you. And you will see that under the lark and third birds, that people who are larks, like me, hit their peak between 9 and 11 in the morning. Now, my peak is actually probably 7 to 10, but yeah, that's irrelevant. 9 to 11 in the morning, they are mentally at their peak of being able to be productive and on task and getting the job done. They have a recovery period in the evening where they might get a little extra oomph of energy to do a few things early in the evening. But during the afternoon, if you'll notice, between 2 and 4, there is this trough where they are dead on their feet. Their mind is cloudy. They're having a hard time concentrating. They're having a hard time staying focused in the afternoons. Now, let me put the other one up here for the owls. And you will see that in the owls, their recovery period, they do okay in the mornings. That 9 to 11, well, actually this is 7 to 9. 7 to 9, they do pretty good, but owls actually outperform themselves in the evening. They get all of their energy in the evening. And I'm just going to say that over time, being a lark or an owl can change, because a lot of teenagers are probably owls, where they are overly stimulated in the evening. They get their best productivity done in the evening, and it's one of the reasons why they stay up so late and want to sleep so late. But the interesting thing is, if you notice that even with the owls, there is this trough, and that trough runs from 2 to 4. All of us, no matter what type of person we are, we struggle a little bit in the afternoons to be productive, to be focused. So what does this mean? Well, I think it means for teachers, one of the things they found with students taking the national test in the afternoon in this European country that I forgot what it was, one of the things they found was if they took 10 or 15 minutes before the test and gave these students a snack or a little free time, their energy level peaked back up, and it did away with the statistical differences between the morning and the afternoon, taking a little time before the test to let students get prepared. That's really all it takes. Now, for the classroom, it might mean that if you're going to give kids a test in your classroom in the afternoon, they might need 5 or 10 minutes where they just talk to their friends. They just have a little time to be teenagers. I know it's chaotic. I know it goes against everything that Harry Wong ever taught you in your classroom management 101 books. But to allow them that time to sort of re-energize themselves. And some kids may need food. Our sugar levels drop and we get complacent. And we might need to spike up the energy level just a little bit with some peanut butter crackers, or well, probably not peanut butter crackers because some people are allergic, but some kind of snack. We do know that kids can reduce their test anxiety if they have a piece of peppermint candy in their mouth and they just have something that they can occasionally sort of move around a little bit. It might mean that you take your kids for a walk. Hear me out. One of the things that we used to do in my previous life when I was a teacher is that we would give the kids, for instance, if you're giving a warm-up for class, rather than sit at their desk and do it on paper and turn it in and start your class off quiet and, very staid. One of the things you can do is give them a discussion question, pair them up into twos, where you might have one group of 3, and then take them on a 10-minute walk down the hallway. When the weather's good, take them out the door. Let them walk and talk. Let them discuss the question among themselves as a pair. And then when they get back to the class, then spend some time debriefing whatever it was that they learned during that time. Yes, it's not a 5-minute warm-up. It's now a 15 or 20-minute warm-up. But if you are interested in getting your kids more engaged in your classroom, in the afternoons, you may have to find a way to re-energize both the larks and the owls. I'd be interested for my teachers to tell me if they do anything like this already, or if they try something out of the ordinary and then discover that it works. We'll see you next Friday.